Hi, y'all. I just wanted to get on here. I was gonna do a YouTube live, but I'm not sure if YouTube live works the same way as like an IG or a Facebook live, where it reaches like a broader audience. But I wanted to get on here and just kind of talk a little bit about some of the things that I've been feeling and things I've been experiencing, and then hopefully, this encourages somebody who's probably going through some difficult times, like me. Don't know what the end game is going to be, but you're trying to have faith. You're trying to, be positive and be in good spirits, but there's moments where you're just like you just don't know, and you just feel like you're failing. I feel like that sometimes. I feel like that now because like me and my husband are really going through some things, not with us like warring between the two of us, but like situationally. We were renting this house, and the house went into foreclosure with the landlord. So we had to get up out the house. Well, they claim we had to get up out the house basically, because the bank wanted the house back, and then they were lying, saying that the longer we stayed there, the more we impacted their credit negatively. It was awesome mumbo jumbo type of stuff. But in the midst of that, we found another house that we were going to rent. The house was completely gutted. But we gave this man, the new landlord, $3,000. He didn't do anything with the house. He told us the house would be ready in 6 weeks. It wasn't ready in 6 weeks. Then he extended another month. The next month came. That was in March. The house still wasn't done. So by this time, I'm like fuming. You hear me? Fuming. I called this man. I went off on this man. I cussed this man out. I'm like, you the main reason why people don't want to work with black people nowadays. And he got offended. And I'm just like, you don't have no reason to get offended. Like, handle your business. Long story short, me and my husband pulled out of that because it just wasn't working out. And he had lies after lies after lies. Now he claims that we can't get our money back until he gets tenants in the house. Well, the house is not even finished, so there's no telling when we can get our money back. So now we're at the point now where we've hired a lawyer to take care of this so that we can try to get our money back. But in the midst of all that, we decided that we were going to buy a house. Now the market right now is trash. The renting market is worse than the actual buying a house. So we just decided we were going to just go ahead and buy a house. And so now we're in escrow. And our closing date is June the 2nd. Well, excuse me, y'all. Well, it's been tough because Babe's been by his mom's house, and me and the kids have been with my sister and her husband in their basement. And so, like, there's times where the kids are also, catty with each other and, fussing and arguing with each other. It's just like, for me, I just be like, y'all just shut up, please. And I just need moments where I'm just like away from the kids. And so, I'm just really trying to hold on, y'all. I'm really trying to like hold on and be patient with this house. But I'm one of those people, like, I need to know, like, what my next steps are, because I need to know, like, if the end game is going to happen or in my favor or not. And being that we're in a situation, I don't know what the end game is going to be. I don't have any answers. I don't have any actionable steps that I know need to happen to make sure that the outcome is favorable. And that's scary. That's a scary situation to be in. And I feel like God is testing us. I feel like God has put me in a position where I can't calculate my steps to know what the outcome is going to be. And so, therefore, I have no choice but to really lean and trust on God. And And this goes to this is like anybody who claims that they're a Christian, anybody who says that they are, a born again believer in Christ, and you say that you have a relationship with God. It's one thing to have a relationship or to say that you have a relationship, but it's another to actually believe and your actions show that you are a Christian or a man or a woman of faith. And I feel that this is a time where God is really, really testing my faith. I have not prayed as much as I have prayed since I have been in this transitional period. I have just decided, just like, there's nothing that I can do. There's nothing that I can do. So what's the worst thing that can happen if I just decide to just lean on God, trust in God, and have faith that everything is going to work out for us, our family, for our good. And I just hope this encourages somebody. If you're in a situation like me where you don't know your outcomes, you don't know what's going to happen from today or tomorrow or the next hour, trust God to no end, y'all. Like, put all of your faith into God. Hold on to God's hand. It might be dark right now. You might be on a path where it's just like you don't see nothing. And this is like really hitting me, y'all, because I don't see no way out of the situation but by trusting in God. And it's scary. It's a scary feeling. And I'm just like, I'm about to be 36 in 2 days. And I'm living with family. And me and my husband both got good jobs. Y'all, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have a good job or not. It doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. We're all a step away from being homeless. And so I have really been putting all my faith in God right now because I'm just like, I don't have anybody else to trust. And if I call myself a believer, if I call myself a Christian, the one entity, higher being that I'm supposed to have a connection with is God. I'm supposed to put all of my faith in God, not in man, but in God. God has still been able to supply all of our needs. He has created a support system for us. He has allowed people to come into our life to help us. There's this lady, our real estate agent. I'm from New Orleans. I moved to St. Louis when I was 11, 12. And I've known her since I was 11 and 12 years old when I moved to St. Louis. And she was a real estate agent back then, but she was a lot younger, but she's known my husband. My husband, he's 13 years older than me. So they used to go around, singing in church choirs and stuff like that. And that's how they know each other, through church. And when we decided we were going to buy a house, now we had decided we were going to go ahead and buy a house next year, save up, get our credit right. And everybody that we talked to, we got a lot of real estate friends, and they were like, y'all, this housing market is crazy. Y'all best bet is to buy a house now. And so my husband and I, we talked about it, and we were just like, we're just gonna go ahead and go for it. Although we wanted to wait till next year, what do we have to lose, So we decided we were going to buy a house. Now, in the beginning, it was like kind of rough because we don't have the best credit. So we're doing everything through my husband. And my husband, like, that's a whole other video. But all the things that we had planned on doing, like God was like, screw y'all plans. I got bigger plans for y'all. God has been with us this entire step of the way. Jesus. He is so good. I didn't want to get on here and cry. But I tell y'all, our real estate agent is amazing. And the loan agent, she knows my husband so well. She's known my husband all his life. And the entire time I've been like, okay, babe, what have they been saying? Like, is everything good? Because I don't know. But I feel like God is leading us. And I know it's going to be okay because we trusted in God to make it work. And even though I feel like I'm about to rip my hair out, I feel like I'm not going to make it. I know I am. I'm trying to have patience because I don't have any. But I know that God is not going to fail us. I know that. And I know there is a lesson in all of this. Last weekend, my husband and I, we took a trip for my pre-birthday celebration. And it was a great trip. It was just 3 days. 3 days. And we've been separated from each other. Not separated, but like since we haven't had a place to stay together. He's been with his mom. I've been with my sister with my 3 kids. We don't see each other every single day. He works the night shift, 12 hours. You know, he gets off at like 7 o'clock in the morning where I'm going to work, you know, dropping off kids to daycare. And I don't get off till 5. About 5 o'clock, he wakes up to get ready to go back to work. You know, it's hard because I don't see my husband every day. I'm like, this is not how a marriage is supposed to be. But then again, it's just like, ain't no marriage the same. There's no blueprint on what a marriage is supposed to look like. And we're trying to make things work the best way we can. So this trip over the weekend was just so good. It was so good for us just to reconnect back to each other. We laugh all the time when we're together. We have a good time when we're together. And I feel like God is putting us in a situation where we have no choice but to, one, come together, trust God, believe God. I think my faith is a little bit stronger than my husband's, you know, but I know that he has faith, and I know that he is a Christian, you know, but I feel like God is putting us in a place where, you know, we have no choice but to turn to him. And he's blowing our minds every time we turn around. Like, we're thinking about the situation. Like, my husband started working on his credit last year sometime. And my husband thought my credit was better than his, but turns out it wasn't. And so, like, that blew him away. He was like, man, I didn't know my credit was this good, you know? Or better than what he thought it was to try to get a house. And all he wants to do, because he hasn't been able to do this for a long time, and I'll tell you, like, we need a whole nother video to talk about him. But he hasn't been able. I've been the breadwinner in the relationship for the past 6 years, and so I gotta blow my nose, y'all. Um, I've been the breadwinner, and so this year, like, with his job, he's been on his job for about a year now, year and a half, and he's been getting promotion after promotion after promotion. He's had like 3 promotions in 1 year. And a lot of his coworkers, some have hated, some, you know, are wondering like, how is it happening to him? And he just got hired, and but I tell you, when God favor ain't fair. You hear me? Well, let me get my nose. Sorry, y'all, but back to what I was saying. Favor ain't fair. And I feel like God has had so much favor over this man. God has a light on this man. And God has a light on our relationship. And once we made things right, once we got married last year, although the tests and trials have been coming, they have been coming, you hear me? But I feel like every time we get tested, we always come out on top. We have this situation has really made us have crazy faith, and we've been able to see God work through everything, with the outcomes of some of the things that have happened already. So I'm just like, I'm at the point now, like, why not continue to trust God? Why not continue to lean on God? Why not continue to have faith in God? He got us this far. There's no way God's gonna like not continue to walk us through this situation, to be successful, to have a good outcome. So we're yet holding on. We're yet continuing to have faith. And I know that we close on June the 2nd. So I'm just like, oh, we're almost there. We're in the underwriting process, and I know anything can happen, but I just believe that God is going to make sure that everything happens in the right way, that it needs to happen for us to be able to get closer and closer to this date for us to get the keys. And so once we get there, y'all, I'm praising God like crazy when we walk through that house, because it's been really, really tough. It's been so tough, y'all. It's been so rough. Like, I wish I had enough time to talk to y'all about the beginning of the process, from when the landlord said she was selling the house while we were still living there, to us finding this other home, dealing with that other guy, to all of a sudden having to just leave the other house that we were renting, all the way through to not having anywhere to go, and then family opening up their doors to us, to us talking about buying a house, to now. So I hope this encourages somebody, y'all. Like, if you're going through, keep y'all heads up. Know that God is there. Y'all need to just grab onto God's hand, even though it may seem dark, even though you can't see what's going to happen. Just trust and believe that God got you. As long as you keep on holding on, do not let go. For whatever reason, do not let go. Because the moment you do, that's the moment when things are going to go bad. And I don't want things to go bad for nobody, for me, for anybody who's going through something that seems like it's impossible to get through. God will continue to guide your path. God will continue to walk with you. Just continue to pray. Keep y'all heads up. Stay motivated and stay encouraged. Today is May the 3rd. My birthday is in 2 days. I'm going to her concert tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. But y'all keep your heads up, stay motivated, drink y'all water, mind y'all business, and y'all have a good day.